Do Not Say We Have Nothing is, I think, a novel about what it means to make art or create music under conditions of increasing political repression. It's the story of 20th century China told through 3 musicians who very much want to be loyal to each other and don't always succeed. And it's about recurring idealism and the persuasive power of revolution from generation to generation up until the present. I think the main subject is personhood and how quickly or easily or not it can be stripped away as we try to live as a community, as a society. And that difficult balance between creating a socially just world and having the strength to critique and to change, and also how the desire to change sometimes becomes inextricably tied up with violence. I think the other ideas in the book are a lot about copying of artistic techniques, of ideology, of the reciting of poetry. I think those are the main ideas, and very much about how slippery art can be. Yes. I think I've been influenced by many writers, and I think that when I was writing this book, in particular by the Chinese writers, most of all a writer named Madeleine Thien, who has an epic and extraordinary novel called Beijing Coma about the 1989 demonstrations. But all of his books have influenced me a great deal. And also the works of Liao Yiwu has a book called The Corpse Walker, which is a series of interviews that he did while in prison. And the more classic Chinese novels as well. And I think also political philosophy, people like Hannah Arendt. And then a writer I love very much, Cees Notenboom, the Dutch writer. Mm-hmm. I think that in many places in the world we're living in precarious times or uneasy times, and there's a feeling of a decline in readership and a kind of atomization of society or segmentation of society as everyone sort of holds to different kinds of political beliefs, and we find it more and more difficult to have public discourse. I have a feeling that literature is changing very dramatically. I think stories are very necessary, but maybe they're finding new forms in other kinds of media. But I also think there's something that novels do that will never stop being very mysterious, very magical, and very necessary. And it is one of the only art forms where you open a text and read it, and the reader has to lend their entire body to the text, so that the character's hands become your hands, and the character's feet become your feet, and the character walking down the hall is your body walking down the hall. You see with their eyes. I'm not sure that other art forms do that in quite that immersive way, where it literally comes to life within us. And that, I think, I don't really ever believe we would let that go. I don't think any technology can can reinvent that for us. I could be wrong, but I know that it's given me a great deal, and I wouldn't want to give it up.